So we're going to quickly take the chance to talk to you about a slightly more advanced prompting strategy known as ramping. Now when I say advanced, I don't mean it's particularly difficult to execute, but when you first start working with a child as a teacher or a parent, you're already trying to multitask, thinking about your token strips, thinking about the items you're placing in front of your child, thinking about any dogs that happen to be wandering by you as you're doing your work. It can be difficult to implement from the get-go, but once you're a little bit more confident and you're able to have some spare brain power floating around for other things outside of your token strip, your child, and the materials in front of them, you can use ramping really effectively to maintain momentum with your child. So when do we ramp? I think two times where ramping is really potent is when you have a child, firstly, when you have a child who has fear of failure and doesn't want to execute a task because they're worried they're going to get it wrong. Another time where ramping is really effective is when you have a child who is not giving a response, more rather than fear of failure, it's more just, oh, that seems too hard, I can't be bothered doing it.
That cost-benefit thing that we were talking about in the other one, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, it's just hard work and I don't want to do what you say. Which is perfectly normal, we can all relate to that feeling. So all ramping is as a strategy is you have a target task. So currently my target task for Shelter is I want her to give me either this yellow one or this green one. Now, she hasn't done it correctly a few times and she's starting to lose a bit of momentum. I've done my no-go prompting with her, but she's starting to get a sense that it's all a little bit too hard. Now, she's starting to not give a response when I ask her to hand one of these over to me, and that's okay. Now's a great opportunity for me to ramp her. And what ramping is going to look like is, if this is my target goal for her, which is to give me one of these items, I'm going to go back and ask her to do maybe 1 to 2, possibly even 3. In this case, I'll do 2. 2 different tasks for me, but I know is an absolute cakewalk for her, that I know she can do really easily. So Shelter has demonstrated to me, despite the fact she's not doing this task particularly well, she can do really good gross motor imitation and she can follow some good one-step instructions. So when I'm at the point where I think Shelter isn't performing this task because she's just finding it all a bit too difficult, I'm going to bring it back. And I'm going to use momentum and decent pacing to try to capture the energy and the flow of her getting those earlier tasks correct, and then to put that into our target task, which is her doing this receptor drill correct. So we'll start off with me saying, giving an instruction of the target task, which Shelter is just going to give a non-response to because she's sick of it. And then I'll show you how I'm going to ramp her back to the target task. So it's going to look something like this. Shelter, give me yellow. I don't know, it's a bit tough. Hey, Shelter, do this. Good work. Touch your nose. Good work. Give me yellow. Great. Now, you can see I did two simpler things that just were a breeze for her, and she's gotten them right. She's like, wow, this is easy. And then at the point where I asked her to do the thing that she didn't want to do, she already had momentum. She already had success. Even if she gave me the wrong item there, I would still I'd still reinforce her for attempting it and correct her to the correct her towards the item I wanted her to give me. And at that point, we have a lot of momentum. And I might do 2 or 3 sets of that ramping in a row to really build that momentum. So I might go back to, clap hands, hands on head, like basic stuff that I know she does, before I ask her to have another attempt at the target task. Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I think that's pretty well covered. And the thing is with the ramping too, is I've just gotten 2 things correct. So I might be prepared to put up with getting 60% of something right and then don't mind being wrong. So it just changed the whole paradigm around to where I'm being very successful at something.
Yeah, you've suddenly gone from something that's a real struggle and a real grind to, I'm getting most things right. And I didn't do that then because, you know, as I said earlier, multitasking is really hard because I'm talking to you guys and trying to do this role play. But you can feel free if you think your kid is really struggling to give tokens for the ramp tasks as well. So they're just, you know, they're figuring out that, hey, like, you know, even though what I'm doing, it feels really, really hard, if I just give my teacher, I give my parent a response, I'm still getting reinforced.
And when you're doing it, say, great try.